Hello, Namaste, and Happy New Year. I hope you all are doing really well. I wish that this year 2025 opens a lot of doors of opportunities for you all. And I wish that you land your favorite college, dream college, or job in this. As the CAT results are out in this December, many of you might be waiting for the colleges to start calling you out for interviews, right? I know it's a very nerve wracking situation, a lot of excitement and a lot of anxiousness is there in the air. But keep your calm, keep preparing well. I'll try to make some videos on the preparation for interviews as well so that it can help you out. But the content of this video is a little bit different. It's the second part of how I switched three jobs in 1 year after IIM. And as I was sharing with you my personal journey or roller coaster ride after passing out of IIM, I had shared that I had resigned from my first job that I got out of campus in just 1 month. And yes, if you want to watch that video, it's in part one. You can go to the playlist and you can find that video there. This is the second part of it, and things are getting more and more interesting. As I was preparing for interviews, I was applying for many jobs day in and day out. I had decided to do an internship side by side. It was a virtual internship that I was doing from home in a startup, and it was an unpaid internship. But I did not wanted that money at that point of time. It was very important for me to not have that gap in my resume, and so that's why I took up an internship which I could do from the comfort of my home, and I can work and side by side I can also give many interviews and keep applying for jobs. During that period of time, which was like 2 months around, when I was doing my internship, my entire day used to go like I used to wake up in the morning, then I used to spend time just applying for jobs. Then in the middle, I was working for my internship. Then I was eating. Then I was going to sleep. In the like before sleeping also, I was applying for jobs. So day in and day out, almost 4 to 5 hours went in just applying for jobs on LinkedIn or through if I was a part of some groups of some referral groups. So I used to just mail in, apply day in and day out, and that was my routine. And after 2 months, may I say that I was completely tired of it. I was drained out. I was mentally not well. I was anxious, and I was getting a lot of panic attacks, and I was breaking down a lot. So yeah, so that was a tough time for me for sure. But I decided after 2 months that. I need to stop being in this routine. I need to plan my day well, to have a structure, to have a breather for myself, do some other things that make me feel sane during that period of time. Also, after 2 months, and I was giving my interview, I got my first proper full-time job opportunity. It was from an early stage startup in Bangalore, and the work, they were paying peanuts for me for that role, but the role was good. It was like head of marketing, as it was an early stage startup. So I took it. I took it with some skepticism that okay, this is not the final deal, but let me just take whatever that I get now, because I see that the situation of the market is pretty bad outside. So I take up the job, and like I had thought that okay, this is going to be my first proper job, and yeah, and I was excited for it. And I was told by the founder to come to office every day, even though I was not being paid that much. But yeah, I respected, and I went. I traveled. Everyone knows about Bangalore traffic. I traveled for almost 1 hour in the morning to reach the office, and during returning from office, it was like 1.5 to 2 hours for me to get back to home. Despite that, also I tried to travel to office most of the days, but the team was small, and I felt that independently I could do a lot of work, and it does not affect if I do work from home as well some days. But as I was working, the early stage startup, it was a new experience for me. I had no idea what was coming through, but I got lured into by the use of many fancy words and fancy terms, like we are going to give you this position, our startup is going to reach here, after that you'll get a lot of exposure, you should also do this and that. So there were a lot of things back and forth, which I was fine with. But what happened in that job was I realized that in an early stage startup, the founder or the co-founders that are there, they are so invested, because as with their idea, because it's their baby and they want to invest so much time and energy in that, they forget that we are employees in the end. So the founder used to like send messages in the groups at night, and he was kind of in the back end expecting that we would also revert back, we'll also be working day and night for his startup. And he also was kind of underestimating me and telling that like what coming from IIM, like what skills do you have? I have done this in life, I have done that in life, which was very weird for me because being at that stage of career where you have like 15 to 20 years of experience, I feel that the basic decency of any human or basic etiquette that any person can have in corporate is to treat others well. So as I'm a fresher, I was very new to this. So like he had an underestimated tone. He compared me with everyone, which I was really baffled with. And he used like I am a lot of time that act like, what have you done? You're not working well. I thought that you might have a different caliber. What did you learn? So which I felt downright like really disrespectful, and I even called out in front of him that you are not supposed to treat your employees like this. And obviously side by side I was giving some interviews, other interviews as well, which I was getting. And fortunately in a month I got a call from a big company in Bangalore with a proper a consultancy kind of role. uh, and I was very happy to get out of that toxic environment. And I was really traumatized, like going for the first time working, you get hit like this in an environment like that. And it actually like, you understand, right, my situation. Among all of this, my confidence was really hit at that period of time. But by God's grace, I got another job and I joined there very soon. In just a month I got another job, and I decided not to continue with this startup thing. And I got paid well in that job, and I joined immediately, and it was work from home. I got in Bangalore itself. uh, and yeah, that was the start. That was the start of my proper job, which I would say, from January 2023. So it took me, a lot of time, as you can see. So I started searching for job in August. Then I got that the second offer in October, and then I got the third offer, or a proper job in December. I passed out of the college in April 2023, and I got a proper job in January 2024. January 2024. That's right. So this is what the entire timeline of things were, and it's really funny, but yeah, it is what it is. Now coming to again the 3 points that helped me during the second phase was, first and foremost, the most important thing was taking care of my mental and physical health during that time, because at that point of time our body is in so much of stress. We get panics, we get panic attacks, we get really anxious, we're not able to sleep at most of the times. So I was also stuck in a loop for a long time, 1.5 months around, just waking up, doing things what I need to do, and sleeping, no breaks, nothing in between. So after that I had decided to take things a little lightly, to allocate certain hours, 1 to 2 hours, 1 hour in day and 1 hour in night, just for applying for jobs, nothing else. And I focused mainly just in that. Apart from that, I also engaged myself in a lot of relaxation exercises like yoga. I started doing meditation, and walking is the best thing. If you cannot do anything, at least walk for 30 minutes in a day, and it's going to do wonders for your mental health. And it did for me. It provided me with that mental resiliency, that space to think clearly. Coming to the second point, if someone asks me what is the most effective way of getting selected to any company, like taking into consideration all of my experiences until now, the most easiest way I would say, or not easiest, the most effective way, like the single most way where I feel that okay, you can actually get into a company without getting into much of a hassle, is through referral. And it's very important to for you to reach out to the right people who can refer you. And that is why it is very important, again, the second point, which is networking well, having a good LinkedIn connection, being in touch with people, being in touch with your alumni, getting into referral groups. In colleges there are many referral groups as well, right? So getting into right referral groups where a lot of jobs are posted every day, because I think we get a lot of revertal. And inside also, while working in a company, we also know that our managers or our seniors, when they're looking for a role or a suitable role like that, they also ask, or they also put it out on a post. So it is very important for you to reach the right person. The third point to remember here is to not stop giving interviews just because you have got something at hand. Opportunity that you're getting, you should not let it go. And it's according to my experience, I'm telling, because eventually, obviously, everyone will stumble across an opportunity that is best suited for them, for sure. Just that you need to have that kind of confidence and that kind of resilience inside you, so that it does not falter you or does not wear you down. So keep on giving interviews. You, if you feel that no, obviously, when you get into a good role, and of course, getting stable in one company is very important, and understanding and learning is very important. But until and unless 1 2 months go through in a new job where you feel you are settled and all, you should always have other options at hand where you feel that okay, this might have been a good option for me, but I just lost that opportunity because I joined here. This should not be the case, because the timelines of hiring for different companies are different, and it does not happen according to us, right? One company can take 3 months for filling of a job. For example, good companies like Google and Microsoft, they take 3 4 months, and some companies can even hire you overnight for an immediate requirement. So you need to set your expectations right. You need to work well through this entire puzzle that is job search, and definitely you'll land a good job. So these were the three learnings that I got from my second phase of job search, and things are still not over. Something is still remaining, and I'll share in the third part. But I hope that you guys get to just learn from this experience of mine, just to prepare yourself well for what is out there. And I hope that things go well for you. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.